This is an area that we've been working on over a 12-month period for primarily burdock and Gulf garlic mustard, along with Dame's rocket. Last year, along that wood line there, and right here, there was a ton of burdock. There's like one there, just a few sprinklings right now, but along the edge, last year these burdock along this edge here, and you can see they really did choke it out because it was so full of burdock. Some of them were 7 feet tall, and this was a big 200-foot stretch, maybe more, 300 we worked around. That whole wood line was just packed with burdock in the front. And we were pretty aggressive last year. We wanted to get it cleaned up, that's why we did it manually. However, this year we came back early and dealt with them when they were real small plants. There was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in here. There's some that got missed, as you can see. But other than that, there's just a handful right now. But along here, just a lot of small ones. We got the rosettes when they were really small, starting in April and May. And we missed one. We'll have to dig that one out. And there's a little bit of Dame's rocket. I'll pull that one. See the purple there. But however, there was hundreds and hundreds of Dame's rocket in here too. Last year we were pretty aggressive pulling it out. We spent a few cycles. We usually get together for like an hour. We probably were down here 5 times with like 6 people, so it took quite a bit of effort. And then this year there's still a lot of Dame's rocket in here, but we started getting it before it even seeded out, and then we just kept at it for a few weeks. But right now there's not quite a bit of it. There's small sprinklings. We'll have to deal with it next year, but really lessen the populations. There was some buckthorn in here. There's still those little ones we'll get out, and still some little buckthorns. But considering that there would have been hundreds of these, and if we hadn't got them like earlier this year and last year, it's like that would be a small one in this area. And right now, the buckthorn that was in there's some pretty good sized one, but they were pretty much open canopied ones, very large, tall ones, probably 2-3 inches in diameter plants, but most of the growth was up 20 feet high, and those have been cut out, so the sight lines are all here. Things can establish themselves a little bit right now. And yeah, a lot of creeping Charlie. I'm not so worried about that right now. And some other natives are popping through here. But yeah, it's pretty barren along this wood line right now. You can see that was all burdock. And still right through here, all choked out with burdock. All choked out. I mean, right now you're starting to see some of the little rosettes from seed bank in there. So that'll be sprouting out for a few years. But right now, it's doing pretty well. So yeah, this whole area, you can see how barren it was in the front. And yeah, we have to go through here and get these little buckthorns. But that's what we have right now. That's what we're contending with in this area. And there wasn't a whole lot to work with right here. It was so bad. And unfortunately, it does take quite a bit of an effort to get to this stage, where the stage is like you can just manage it and really make impacts on short efforts. All burdock, you can see that through there, and I can see it's all popping up, the little ones. But there were, who knows, hundreds and hundreds of those that were killed, little tiny rosettes early in the year. And all the buckthorn that was sprinkled in here and honeysuckle is all gone. That was a big patch of stinging nettle that's been addressed. There's still a few plants in there, but that was the whole patch was that, and that's gone also. It's another thing we dealt with. And there's a nice figwort. It's sprinkled around this park. It'd be nice to get a bunch more in this area. Primary plants in this area are hornwort and jewelweed. Those are the two, which is somewhat positive because it'll choke out a lot of things. There's the seedling buckthorn, Dame's rocket, garlic mustard is going to have a tough time competing within that density. And there's a few other things popping up there. It looks like some kind of an aster. And this could be a really nice area. You put a few understory shrubs in here, you throw a few taller flowering perennials in here, and you could have a really nice biodiversity pocket right here. And we've got it under control. This is at management state, which is really, really positive. And that's where the interesting part of all this comes in, is like now you're just managing. You see stuff coming up, you see new plants. You can hopefully plant a few things in these areas, depending on your municipality. Some are very opposed to any planting. They make it so hard. Other ones not so much. This could really benefit from just a handful of plants being placed in here. And yeah, this is a very nice recreational park around here. This particular unit is about 24 acres. And that's a small pocket right next to the path. That's all buckthorn. On the other side, we worked on it to a certain degree. We just didn't get that wall. We'll work on the back area. A little farther down there is that's a whole different wooded area that we worked on that has a little bit different structure, a lot more trees, and a lot more diversity within that area. But that's relatively cleaned out also in the same way. Mostly that was Dame's rocket, buckthorn, honeysuckle, a few other things that we encountered, garlic mustard. And again, that was a 12-month period. We just kept at it. Now we're at a point where we get into management state. And I found that if you take certain sections, you do what you need to be done within that 12-month period. This area was done like a year ago. We started. We're going into July right now. We were pulling that burdock in June last year, and we haven't pulled any burdock yet. The only thing we did during that 12-month period is follow up on those little rosettes that we knew were going to be there. It's no secret that when you had a seed stock like that for so many years, that there's going to be more burdock and a big flush of it. And it was pretty easy to kill when it was this small. It was only like 5 inches in diameter, versus once you start getting to that stage, you got a lot of debris, you got to dig down. But sometimes that's necessary if you want to take back an area to do that first. But if you can do it, it's like you're much better off addressing these populations first thing and repeatedly in the spring. For the most part, things are coming along very good.